Hello everybody, here we are again at Coin Guy. It's a cold day. Today, early in the morning was going to be the high of the day. It was like 55, I think it's getting down to 30 tonight. I can feel the cold in the air. Once again, another crazy day in the markets. And the whole paradigm of coin collecting is in flux, or it's changing. What I mean by that is, when you have coins coming in, that it's going to make it hard for the young people, because you've got, let's do the ratio. I got gold at 46.10, silver at 92.34. Now the price of silver moved up and down about $3-4 today. The ratio is under 50 to 1. I told people this. We'll talk more about that. Changing by the hour. I mean, it's just totally insane out there. You got a price when you're looking at 65 to 1 for 90%. So you're looking at, what, $15, $16 for a quarter. A person starting to collect Washington quarters has got to get a hold of a 1962 62D. It's going to cost them $16, $17 for a quarter. It's going to kill that part of it. You get all this stuff. This is stuff I bought 2 books of barber halves, and some of this I would have normally kept and sold as goods, but the price of goods now, and once again, they're $33 a piece melt. I'm throwing them in with the melt. I have too many of them, and I just put a nice bag of this stuff together. I got a lot of standing quarters. I think I'm just going to put them away. Sooner or later, these have become type coins because of the cost. How are people putting coins together when their numbers are like that? Barber quarters, I sorted out a whole bunch of barber quarters the other day, and I threw them in with the Washington quarters nobody's buying them. The numbers have gotten breathtaking. We did a lot of sales today. We did a lot of buying today. We bought a lot of scrap gold today. People are cashing in. There have been reports. We've looked at some of the wholesalers in Tampa. They're $15 back on 999. $15 back. They're not buying sterling right now. No sterling, no 90%. I'm buying it, but I got to leave myself room, and I'm selling it. To be honest with you, the sterling, not the sterling, but the 999 and the constitutional, it's been I got 3 10-ounce bars today. I sold all 3 10-ounce bars. I bought about 100 Eagles today. I still have those, but I sold about 60 Morgan and Peace dollars today. So I started the day with about the money I began the day with in cash, but we did a lot of moving back and forth. We did 30 transactions today. I estimate we did 30 transactions. It was a busy day. The market saw, like I'm hearing all kinds of stories. I don't know how much is true. I still say you're going to see silver. I think you're going to see silver hit 100 by the end of this month. I said Easter, 100 by the end of the month. I thought it was going to hit 100 this week, but it pulled back a little. A lot of pressure in Hong Kong, I heard, where they're paying like $10 and $12 above the spot price in the United States. And over there, it's physical silver and gold, not the ETFs, not the paper money. I'm hearing there's banks that are in trouble, or big brokerage houses who've gotten caught short. I'm glad I'm in silver and gold, I'll tell you that, and I'm in physical silver and gold. When you get those ETFs, you know how I feel about Bitcoins. It's like Bitcoins, it's paper money. They can resell the same thing 15 times, and they can pay you in paper, fiat, what they call fiat currency. It's just been, it's been wild, but I love the game. I love the game.
So just so people know, like the days of getting close to spot to even a fewish back on spot are gone nowadays.
I'm buying it substantially back a spot. And I'm paying back for 90%. I'm paying back for everything. Because if I have to bail it, There are wholesalers paying 15 back, paying $9 back. So if silver is 92, I'm not paying you 85. That ain't going to happen. I mean, that's just the way it is. We've got to have room. Luckily, hopefully, everybody's bought their stuff at 15, 18, and 25. I mean, I got people who sold me rolls of Eagles today that paid 28, and I'm buying them at 80. I mean, everybody's really happy. I still have those Eagles. You know, I'm trying to make 10, 12%. That's all I'm asking for. But you never know what tomorrow will bring. But it's been very, very chaotic. I picked up these today. Just came in a box. People are quite happy with what I give them. They don't make a big deal about it. These are the
America the Beautifuls.
The America the Beautifuls. These I get a little over melt for. These are pretty. They're cool. These are Yellowstone. These are the cool ones. These are better ones. The Alaskans are the better ones, but these are still like next. These are pretty. They make nice gifts. But these make nice gifts, but you're looking at, you know, $95 a piece, an ounce. Let me get this. America Beautiful, $4.75 a piece. I mean, these are pretty. These used to sell for spot and $5. They were spot and $25. Well, that's $5 each. Spot and $25 over. I mean, these are pretty. They're 5 ounce. They tell you $9.99 on the edge. These have become basically pretty bullion. That's basically what they have. They make a nice Christmas gift for $175. I mean, but that's what you got. Morgan dollars, peace dollars. What can I tell you? Everything is moving. What isn't moving is gold. I don't think I sold an ounce. I sold one English sovereign today. That's it. I sold one English sovereign. I didn't sell any 1 ounce gold. You know, and I'm selling most gold back a melt. $20 gold piece, $120 back a melt. Cougarans, spot or $20 back a spot. But nobody has $4,600 for it. That's where we are. And I think that's just the beginning.
As the price of silver rises more, do you feel like refiners might kind of change their way of what they're making and maybe go more fractional style with a lot of their silver? Or do you think they'll stick with the 1 ounce and kind of...
I think 1 ounce is king, the $9.99. That we have very little of. I bought a roll today. I got 4 there. I sold the 10 ounce bars. But when they come in now, today was the day when people bought multiple thousands. We had a number of multiple $1,000 buys. You know, they want a roll of Eagles. They want, you know, 20 999s. I mean, the numbers are getting pretty big. I mean, you're in a world now where a roll of Eagles is like $1,800. Wow. You know, I come from a world when you go to the show and they were $6 a piece. You bought a whole roll for $120. But that's in the 80s and 90s. I mean, it's just, you know, but there's plenty of it out there and it comes in. I had a guy today offer me a box of the 2025 pennies, the 2025 pennies. Well, you know, I'm watching what they're going for. I said, you know, I watch TV and they want $10 a roll. I think they're interesting. They're more of a novelty. It will settle. You realize they're not made out of copper. They're 95% zinc. They made $1.3 billion. You know, certain big wholesalers have maybe cornered a couple of million of them. I'm sure they have contacts and they do that. But I heard they were selling them for $30 a piece at Fun. What are you people, crazy? At $10 a roll, what are you, crazy? $30, not 30 a piece, 30 a roll. I mean, that's $1.3 billion. 3 months from now, 4 months, this too shall pass. Then you're going to start waking up to it. I mean, these are not made of copper. It's just that kind of a thing.
I'll get your quick thoughts on something we read. And it's on a big online seller, Amex. I'll say their name, Amex, because it's right on their website. You read a letter from them. And it's an interesting letter, but one interesting point that I want to point out was they changed your minimum purchase amount. They put it as $10,000. What do you, as a business, do you feel like that's a good move? You think that's kind of a safe
Well,
haven for them?
$10,000 is what now? 100 ounces is 9,200. I used to sell 100 ounces of Eagles all the time. So $10,000 is what? 110 Eagles? That's not a lot of silver, really. Well, if you take 92, yeah, it's like 110 silver rounds. 110. That's the numbers we got to grasp and get our head around. When is it unreasonable to ship 110? It's not like the days when I was shipping out, 110,000 pennies, but 110,999. They don't want to do two coins. But even 2 coins is $200 with their premiums, because they ain't selling it melting $2. It's probably 100 coins is $10,000. And that's what you pay. And, they have their limits. There are other people who only are going to limit themselves to what they're willing to buy or risk, because there is a lot of risk involved now, because it goes up so quickly. And when it drops like a rock. It's being manipulated in the Far East and Near East. Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, I'm sure, is involved. All of these all these big brokerage houses. I had a person in today telling me, and he bought a whole bunch of Morgan and Peace dollars off of me, and he had told me, he says they got caught short, and a lot of money's at risk, and they're trying to protect themselves. These margin calls. You have paper assets, and people want physical gold and silver. And the way technology is moving now, you hear it every day. Between the AI and the big centers they're building, gearing for war, how much silver is in a rocket, these batteries that run 600 miles on an 8-minute charge. Silver's king. It's become a strategic metal. And there's been a shortfall in the last 3 years of like 500 million ounces. 500 million. I don't know where they're finding it. It ain't in my backyard. I mean, somebody's got that kind of, bulk and buildup. I just don't think there's that out there anymore.
Well, with the price also going up, you've done something different in the shop now. What have you had to start doing a lot now on certain coins that you get in?
We had one coin out there that somebody pointed out. I had a barber quarter out there for $5. $5. Well, I did this. We put this all around the store. I mean, I got barber quarters over there for $9. We just haven't changed all the prices. And what I did today, I was up this morning at my desk working. I'm putting up barber coins, and what I'm doing now, the better, anything under a good or less, I'm putting this right here. I'm putting this in for silver now. It's just there ain't enough buyers of it, and I just soon move it. What I'm doing is I'm just writing on there spot plus. A lot of them are spotting $10 or spotting $5. I mean, I had a couple of barber halves that were $150. That's fine. But a barber half that lists on gray sheet for $29, which is now $4 below melt. And I know my book has a spot price of silver. What is the spot price of silver? As I've said, I've pointed this out before. When you compare these prices to get yourself an idea of what it is, yeah, you got silver in here, $51. 51. And this is a January book. And silver is 91. How do you equate it?
What do they have gold at? Let's see. 4,126.90.
Yeah, they're only off by $500. But silver has just gotten insane. So if you look at that, and it's telling you that a barber coin or a barber half is going to be, it tells you a barber half, a basic one is $23. If it's off by 50%, or there was off by $40, but that would still make a basic one just melt. And it's got to be more than melt, because these are the better ones. So the best way for me to do it now, because I'm not going to be able to keep up with it constantly moving. Could silver be 105 or 110 3 weeks from now? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be. And that might be the new normal. I don't want to change all 1,000 coins or 2,000 coins we have out. And that same kind of way of doing it will be the labels on anything, silver dollars, commemorative coins, all the plastic. I mean, I get people I know come in here and they're looking at some of this and say, well, yeah, I want this silver dollar. I do a couple the other day. It was $69 certified. $69. They melt for $71 today. So you know that number isn't what it's going to be.
I got one here, 89.
89? But you know what? That one was 89 when the silver coin in there was 50. But I'd probably leave it at 89. But you know, I know I have one person who comes in here and grabs everything around $100, but they're 92, 95. Here, here's $100. This says $100. It's an 05W. It's signed, and it's a proof. If a regular eagle is 95 and 96, and that's certified. So it's going to, we're going to have to equate. We're probably going to, this one says 150. I think I'm okay. But it's, that's the kind of stuff we're going to have to work with. This one says 105. That's not enough. Here's another one for 100. This is a 98p and a 69, a proof. I mean, what is it? I was at my son's table when he sold all his proof boxed eagles for 85 a piece. But silver was like 72 that day. 72? No, I think it was 78. 85 was too cheap, but he sold them all. They took them. 85 is a bargain now. That's, $7 on the melt.
Yeah.
It's just been that kind of crazy. We sold some type coins today. We sold a couple of nice dollars. As I said, we are basically a rare coin dealer, but you can't ignore the bullion because it comes in with the rare coins. And now a lot of rare coins have become bullion coins.
So you thought, your gold grades, your VGs, your goods, you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we broke up a couple of quarter sets the other day. I picked this up. I just didn't have the heart to break this. Here's a dime set. There's $6.90 in dimes in there. So, you look at $6.90 times 66. Because silver all went up today. That's it. It's $450 worth of silver. $450 worth of silver. And in the back of the book, they're AUs and there's a couple of marks. And there's a couple of dates that have an extra 50 cents. So if it's got 450 in silver, and I'm asking, what am I asking? 500, that's too cheap. But there it is. That's not unreasonable. There's 455 in silver. I mean, that's how this stuff is moving. I don't want to have to sell it. I'm basically selling it for silver, but you get the book and everything with it, and here's your Merc set. And you need a couple of the key dates. It's just that, that's the roller coaster of this. It's been a great year already. I am so glad I dumped my sterling 1 week ago today, Wednesday. Wednesday I drove it down and dumped it, and then yesterday shut it down. They're not buying anymore. People come in with sterling. Right now they're not buying. You got to give us room. That's where it is. Anything else?
No, I think we covered it all.
Thank you to everybody who saw us at Fun. I had a good time there. It was a great experience. And we'll be getting back to you probably with a inventory. We'll do an inventory report or video. But right now, I'm just giving you a heads up on silver and gold. You may have heard this from other people on TV, but this is Coin Guy, and that's what we have here. God bless America, greatest country in the world. Thank you.